Well, today's a little different. We got an unboxing video, alright? Now how I got this box is one of you, people watching the video, actually sent me something to review, to see, to unbox, pretty exciting stuff, huh? For a little small YouTuber like myself. So why don't we open this thing up and see if there's anything in here that could be useful for the types of things that we do, alright? Got a box cutter. Huh, look at that. Oh wow. Well, it comes in a pretty nice case. Oh wow. Check all that out. See, now what this is, it's a borescope. Which, right here. So what a borescope is, it's just a camera, right? Attached to all of this with a little camera end on it. See that? And you can use this to, shove this down like drain holes or anything else. Or I'm going to show you a few things that I would use it for in the automotive world. But I've had a few of these, and I've always got the cheapest one I can because, well, let's face it, that's just what you do. And, well, needless to say, they don't last long, so I'm curious to see how this one fares. Alright, pretty simple little on-off switch on the side there. As you can see, it's got a good light on it, which, if you're going to get one of these, make sure it's got a light, because otherwise they're pretty well useless. I got Rugrats running around up there. Would you keep it down up there? I'm trying to make a video. Okay, so looking at this case here, as you can see, it's actually a pretty nice unit. I'm not exactly sure what this flap's for, but it's there. It's going to keep it nice and protected. Comes with a USB charger, so you can plug it into any laptop or any phone charger to actually charge it. So that's pretty convenient. And I found these. So why don't we see what these things are? Aha! Alright, so you can see, I don't know if you can notice, that's a little magnet. Okay, so these ends actually fit onto the end of this, which a lot of them come with that. Comes with a little hook, so you can see that. Okay. Oh, the last one's a little mirror, so you can actually look behind you. That's pretty neat. I can think of one scenario that's going to come in handy to see. Okay, now one big thing I'm seeing already that is vastly superior to the other ones I've worked with, it has an actual screw, like this tip is actually threaded. So if you decide to use this, that actually threads on there and you don't have to worry about if it's going to fall off. I know in looking at engines, looking down the spark plug holes, which I'll show you in a minute, when you do that and if these ends just slide on, you get kind of nervous because you don't want the end to fall off inside your chamber and then you're ripping the head off. These threaded on, that's way better. Now, just messing around with these settings, it looks like we have an option to actually record and to take pictures with it. And then that's just on this little memory card right there. So you can take that out and plug it into a laptop or whatever to get the pictures off of here, or the video. So this thing's fancy, I'll tell you what. Okay, so I see it comes with instructions, so that's good. Not that we need those, but if you did, they're there. Alright, well, now that we got the overview of what it is, let's take it out and actually start using it on stuff. I forgot to tell you what this is called. It's called, where'd those instructions go? Oyakawaka Digital Inspection System. Alright, that's what that thing is. God dang, it's cold out here. Hey you, what do you think about this?
Oh, hey. It's one of them borescopes. Neat.
So what would you use that for?
All sorts of stuff, just in my business alone. Put it down into your ducts. You can see if your ducts are clean. Under things that you want to look at, like say you can't get under your fridge or see under your fridge that's got a water line, it'd be a little handy device to see if it's leaking.
And what is your background? What do you do as a living here?
I'm a water and fire restoration specialist.
And you can clean up dead bodies legally.
Yeah, I'm certified to clean up dead bodies.
And I'm not joking either. Alright, good. Well, that's your perspective. That's a reputable source right there. Alright, so now I'm going to show you exactly what I would use that thing for on this engine right here. So if you're just diagnosing something, or if you're trying to get something started for the first time, a good thing to do is actually to poke this inside your spark plug hole and actually check the condition of your cylinder walls and the top of your piston, which I don't have one, so there's that problem. Now if you're trying to build something high performance, this is going to come in real handy. See, what I'm doing is I'm putting it down the intake, and I can actually see my port match between my intake manifold and my head. And as we can see, I'm not quite perfect. I still got a little ways to go before this port's actually port matched. Now right here, I'm peeking inside the motor to look at the actual, inside to see if it's all gunked up in the water passages. Hey, good job. Proud of you. What do you think? Is that thing pretty neat? Think it could come in handy?
Yeah,
Yeah? For looking inside stuff?
sure.
Okay. You can also check your port match on the exhaust side too. See? From the looks of it, it's looking pretty good. Now this is where these ends are going to come in handy, like I was saying before. Let me show you. Okay, so back inside the spark plug hole again. This time with that mirror attachment. See, what that's allowing me to do is to check my valves. See, I'm able to check the condition of my valves to make sure I don't have a burnt valve or anything wonky's going on inside there. Now again, if you're trying to get something running for the first time, making sure your exhaust isn't all plugged up or there's not a mouse nest up there could be handy. Oh, looks like I need to blow the cobwebs out of this one. Now if you're trying to identify what your motor is inside your engine bay, actually peeking down here is impossible. That's another area that this thing would be great for. We've all been there trying to install some gauges in the classic hot rod, and you're fighting, crawling up under the dash and trying to see what in the world's going on. Being able to have a second pair of eyes on what's actually happening and where you're actually routing stuff come in handy. And finally, you're going to have to use your imagination for this one because I don't have an oil pan. But if you did have an oil pan, you can stick this through the drain plug hole and check out the bottom of your engine. Make sure there's not some catastrophic failure. Or even possibly to determine what it is if you can read casting numbers. All of this is coming from an automotive point of view. I mean, if you're not into automotive at all, which probably not the case if you're watching this channel, but this thing is useful for all kinds of stuff, just like Tom was saying. Tom's his name. In his field of work, he can come up with all kinds of different uses for this thing. If you're going to do stuff, you have to have tools, and having the right tool for a job just kind of makes things a little easier. All in all, I'd say this thing's a pretty good value. Like I said before, I've had several, but I've gotten the cheapest ones you can, and they just break after a couple of uses, or the picture quality's not that good. Picture quality on this is actually really clear. And I can, vouch for the fact that it's withstood freezing temperatures. And I don't know how many times I've dropped this, trying to hold this and the camera at the same time. What is going on over there?
I'm trying to get this to go like that.
Okay. Well, you keep working on that. So, it's a win for me. And I'm not just saying that because it got sent to me. I'm never going to recommend something that I wouldn't use myself, and this is definitely going in the toolbox. If you want to pick one of these things up, there's going to be a link in the description with a code to use to get it a little bit cheaper. That's from me to you. Well, hope you got something out of that. I'll catch you next time.